Hello everyone, welcome to my Java tutorial. In the previous tutorial I told you about variables, then how they are declared and the types of variables. In this tutorial I'm going to tell you about the types of variables in detail. Now, as I said, depending on how the data is internally stored in memory, the variables can be divided into two types. One is a primitive type and the other is a reference type. Now, the reference types are also called as object types. So don't get confused because they are one and the same. So now let's begin. First of all, I'll have to explain how to assign a value to a variable, because in the previous tutorial we have just declared a variable. We didn't assign any value to it. So now we'll see how to assign a value to a variable. Now let us consider the example which we took in the previous tutorial. In the previous tutorial we have declared a variable x as follows. So this is the way we declare a variable. Now to assign a value to it, we have to write something like this. So it's quite simple. So the value 10 will be loaded into the variable x. So whatever is on the right hand side will be loaded into the variable on the left hand side. So it is as simple as that. Now similarly, we can assign the value to a reference type or an object type. Let's say string str equal to double quotes ABC. Now since it is a string, we have to use double quotes for assigning the value. Now as you can see, the method of assigning a value to a variable is same for both primitive type and reference type. We have a common assignment operator in between. And this is, by the way, it's called the assignment operator. It is not equal to, it is called assignment operator. Okay, so this is the way we assign a value to a variable. Now what is the difference between primitive types and reference types? Now the difference is observed on how the data is internally stored in the memory. Now in the first case, that is in the case of primitive types, this value 10 is actually stored in the variable x. So the variable x actually holds the value 10. But in the case of reference type or object type, the variable str, in this case the variable str contains the memory address of the string object to which it is pointing. So it does not directly hold the value. Okay, so it points to the actual object, so it is like a reference to the actual object. Okay, so this is the difference between primitive type and reference type. So the primitive type actually holds the data, whereas the reference type contains the memory address of the object to which it is pointing. So I think like this might be confusing for some of you at this stage, but don't worry, because I've covered these concepts of classes and objects in my object-oriented programming section of the course. So you can be clear about it when you reach that section. So don't worry about it. That's it for now. Thank you for watching and see you in the next tutorial.